is enough, and it's time for a change!
Nothing compares to a quiet evening alone. Just the 1, 2. I was just counting on that never happened. I guess I'm dreaming again. Let's be more than this.
Everybody, Gilbert Blaze here, back with another video. So everyone's talking about R-Truth's heel turn and the WWE draft coming up this Monday, and I will talk about that because I want to get my opinions on that. But this will not be about WWE. This is going to be a Shimmer review because I bought volumes 35 and 36, and I just finished watching volume 35 and I want to review it. So here it is, Shimmer volume 35. This was a great show, and I gotta say, ever since the Joshi girls joined the Shimmer roster the past few volumes, they've really elevated Shimmer to the next level, and I've really been enjoying all their DVDs. And getting a chance to watch volume 35 was really good because I had a long day from work and I needed a break, and so watching this really put me in a good mood because see really good women's wrestling, not diva action or other bullshit. Women's wrestling, and you know, it pisses me off that like shows like WrestleLicious can get like a somewhat TV deal, but something like Shimmer can't get on TV or have like an iPay-per-view or something like that. You know, Shimmer needs to get a lot of support because these women wrestlers are amazing to watch, and Shimmer has been around for a few years now, and they put on a really good product. So match number 1 was Jessica James versus Melanie Cruz. Now, anyone that's seen Melanie Cruz, she's probably one of the tallest girls on the Shimmer roster. I think she's like 6'1" or 6'2". She has a really decent look to her. Now, my only problem with her is she's not that polished in the ring, and you know, she has to tone up her body to look more, you know, fit. But the thing is, she has the height and she has the appeal that I think that if she goes to FCW, they can really train her well and just mold her into something really good, and you know, she might be good for WWE television. So this was kind of a squash here. Melanie Cruz goes over. You know, I haven't seen Cruz lose a singles match since she's been wrestling in Shimmer, so they kind of build her up as like kind of somewhat like a monster type heel. But she looks decent, but she needs more polish in the ring. Second match, Mercede Martinez versus Misaki Ohata. Now, I gotta say this, Mercede Martinez, I've seen her wrestle a few times in Evolved and Jersey Girl Pro and everything, and I'm not her biggest fan. Like, I do think she's a great women's wrestler, and she deserves a lot of props. But I've never really been behind her bandwagon. For some reason, like when it comes to Shimmer, you know, she's been a Shimmer faithful for a long time now, and I just get really pissed off that she doesn't lose matches. I think she's going a 6-match or a 7-match win streak here. She picked up the win. This was a really good match. You know, Joshi girl like Ohata, she's had some good matches in the past, and they had some really good, you know, back and forth battles here and throughout the match. And you know, Mercedes goes over, and you know, she talks after the match about how, you know, she's on this match win streak and now it's time for her to get a title shot. And I do agree. I mean, she's been on a really good win streak. She deserves a title shot, but I just wanted to see her lose for once because she's been winning for so long now. So this was a good match though. So the third match is a tag match. Nikki Roxxi and the Portuguese princess Ariel versus Daizee Haze and Tomoka Nakagawa. Now, you know about my gripe about Daizee Haze. I said this in the past. She looks absolutely horrid to look at in person. Like, I hate to discredit her because I think she is a good wrestler. And, you know, somebody say, well, okay, she's just super fit and toned. But, you know, looking at her in person, she's so petite. She's so skinny. You see the ribs, everything. It's like, and then when she punches and, you know, has an offense, it's hard to believe that she can hurt someone because she's so tiny. You know, how can her punches hurt anyone? Like someone big as Awesome Kong or even like someone like Serena Deeb size. You know, how can Sara Del Ray, you know, get hurt by little Daizee Haze here? So, you know, I like her that she's a heel. I like seeing Daizee as a heel. I don't like her as a face. So her as a heel, the past few volumes has been great. The crowd really is into her, you know, hating her and everything. They was chanting "Eat a sandwich," and they were saying the same chant during the ROH show when she had that tag match. But it was like, you know, the heels go over here, which is good. You know, I gotta say, you know, Nikki Roxxi is a decent wrestler, and you know, I like talking to her on Twitter and everything. And you know, she's in great shape. But Ariel, you know, Ariel has been another, you know, Shimmer faithful from the beginning. You know, Ariel has just blew up. Like, her weight is she's just really out of shape, and I hate to diss her like that, but it's seriously like, I mean, she needs to take control of that. If she wants to keep wrestling and get chances of being booked, I mean, she has to look decent because, you know, she really blew up. But, you know, I'm not a big fan of her wrestling skills either. But this match was a fun little match here, and I'm glad the heels went over here because, you know, they, like, Tomoka Nakagawa, like, has been like kind of like the jobber of the Joshi girls. Like, she hasn't really won many matches, and it's good to see her, you know, win a match. So next match we have is Alison Danger versus Veronica of Ice. Now we all know Alison Danger is one of the co-founders of Shimmer. She's been a Shimmer faithful from the beginning. She was like one of the top girls, but now she's kind of playing all behind the scenes. So she has a little matches here and there after she gave birth to the baby, and more power to her. Any woman's wrestler that can give birth and come back and wrestle, I mean, she's in great shape for someone who gave birth not too long ago. And I gotta give her credit. Now, Veronica of Ice, I'm still a little, you know, iffy about her. I think it's the second time I've seen her now. They've had 2 matches against each other, and this time, Alison Danger went over. So it was a good battle. You know, it was nothing to be spectacular about, but it was a decent showing from both girls. And, you know, I like Alison Danger. I like the fact that she comes out with that mask, and it's really cool that, you know, she's Steve Corino's sister. So next match we have is Serena Deeb versus Portia Perez. Now, this whole build-up was back in like the last volume. Serena Deeb came out, gave a speech saying about how she's like really happy to be back in Shimmer. She was around like Shimmer volume 6, I believe. And so Portia came out and interrupted that and talked about how she sold out to, you know, for money. She became a diva freak show, and that kind of set up this whole battle for this volume. So they had a pretty good intense bout here. You know, Serena, I will say this, you know, I don't know, I guess she's trying to grow her hair back now. She's trying to look, you know, back the same shape again. But I gotta say, you know, Serena before WWE was a really, you know, she had some really great matches. I guess she had to get the WWE rust out of her system because, you know, I wasn't really liking her showing in the tag match when I went to see ROH, and this match wasn't as spectacular, but I was kind of shocked that she didn't go over here. Portia Perez went over. You know, they cheated. You know, Nicole Matthews came out, and then Portia Perez, you know, pretty much put, you know, kind of like choked out Serena Deeb, you know, choked out her, made her get the, you know, submission victory here. So they're definitely going to meet again. But, you know, Portia Perez is funny because, you know, she has a lot of mouth for a little short girl, little Canadian bitch, you know. And she got a lot of mouth, but she had a lot of spunk too. I like that. I like that Portia Perez. So she went over here, and I'm sure they're going to probably wrestle again later on in a different volume. So next match we have is the Rape Tank, Kellie Skater versus Amazing Kong. Now, this might be Kong's last Shimmer appearance before she got signed to the WWE, so I'm not too sure about that. You know, correct me if I'm wrong here, but, you know, Kong, you know, I was really against Kong last year because I thought, you know, a lot of her matches were sloppy. It was piss poor. I thought she got out of shape, and, you know, she was having like a nagging back injury. And, you know, I don't know, for some reason, like when she has like Shimmer matches, she doesn't look like she's happy to be there. Maybe just the character-wise, but, you know, it's just, she always looks like she's like, oh, I'm here to do Shimmer matches. You know, she doesn't look like she's like full of shit and like just like not, you know, just there to do a match, a squash, boom, and that's it. But it kind of was like this again, you know, in this match. She just came out to show, you know, Kellie Skater was the star of this match. Obviously, Kellie Skater got a thing going on where she's like doing open challenges and wants to wrestle people, but she is a jobber basically. She rarely wins matches, but she's really good as a heel. She really gets the crowd going. I like Kellie Skater a lot. She's from Australia, one of the Australian girls from the Shimmer roster, and I like Kellie Skater a lot. You know, she had a really good match a couple of volumes ago against Mercede Martinez. Mercede Martinez beat the shit out of her, and in this match, Amazing Kong beat the shit out of Kellie Skater, and she took some devastating hits, just a spinning back punch, and then of course the awesome bomb, or that, you know, amazing bomb, whatever you want to call it. So, you know, Kong actually, you know, of course went over here, and so this will probably be Kong's last match in Shimmer, and if it was, you know, good for her, and I really wish her the best in WWE. I just hope they don't fuck up her. You know, it's hard to tell. It's WWE, so it's just really hard to know what they're going to do with her. But, you know, she's definitely going to be on Raw, I think. And, you know, I heard Beth Phoenix is going to be drafted to Raw, and Gail Kim is still there. So I'm just looking forward to seeing some Gail Kim Kong matches again. They got to make it happen, WWE. Make this happen. So next we have Rachel Summerlyn against Sara Del Ray. Sara Del Ray, I love Sara Del Ray. I can't get enough of Sara Del Ray. I mean, she is one of the top 3 best female wrestlers going today in this world, and Sara Del Ray is amazing. Everything she does is crisp. Is like, she has great wrestling skills. You know, I love her punching, her kicks. You know, she's in great shape, and she knows how to play her heel role. She knows how to play it really well. she's just devastating in the ring. Like, this is one tough lady you does not want to fight in a wrestling match, because she can take on any man or woman out there, really. And so she actually had a good match with Rachel Summerlyn. I'm not too big on Rachel Summerlyn. You know, she was trained by Daffney. She had a little feud with Daffney not too long ago, and it seemed like Daffney and her feud is still going to be continuing, because Daffney came out a couple of times in the match to distract her. And, you know, throughout the match, Sara Del Ray was targeting her fingers, and she was pulling back on her, I think, her pinky a lot. It looked really painful, and, you know, Rachel Summerlyn was selling it really well. And, you know, in the end, Sara Del Ray went over with the tap out victory. She gave her a cross arm bar, and, you know, Rachel Summerlyn had to tap out because the whole match was just focusing on her hand and her arm. And so after the match was over, Daffney came out to just, you know, pound her out a little more and, you know, beat her up on her. So they're going to definitely continue their feud. But, you know, it's like, Sara Del Ray has been going up and down. You know, she has been losing a couple of matches here and there in Shimmer lately, which I'm shocked about. She's been jobbing kind of. So good to see her back in the winning track here. So next match we have is Ayako Hamada versus Nicole Matthews. This was a good match, a very hard-hitting match, surprisingly. You know, a lot of kicks, a lot of punches, a lot of, you know, slaps and chops. And, you know, Ayako Hamada went over here, thankfully. You know, I'm not a big fan of Nicole Matthews. Portia Perez is definitely the better one of the tag team here, of the Canadian Ninjas, the current Shimmer tag champions. So, a good match for Hamada there. It was a decent match. Now, one of my favorite matches, probably one, like, my favorite match of Volume 35 is Ayumi Kurihara versus Cheerleader Melissa. This match was very back and forth. It had a great storytelling match. They started out with respect, and then throughout the match, Melissa was really like disrespecting Ayumi, was really like being, you know, smacking her around, you know, just tearing her up. I mean, she gave Kurihara a straight up beating in this match. She beat the shit out of her from start to finish, and yet Kurihara once again managed to get the victory, like when she beat Sara Del Ray. Throughout the whole entire match, she was getting her ass whooped. And then she had these little, like, moments of, you know, doing a big crossbody block from the top rope on the outside floor and getting her little spots in. But throughout the match, it was all Cheerleader Melissa. She was giving her a beating, and it was great to see. I mean, Kurihara was selling it very well. It, like, the crowd was really into it. People were, like, going back and forth on who they were cheering for. It was a solid match. It was really good. I was really into it from start to finish. I enjoyed this a lot. Kurihara with the win. You know, she comes back after losing to Madison Eagles, where she had a title shot, and so she's on the winning track again. But great to see them two embrace each other, handshake, hug after the match was over. So it started out with respect, it ended being kind of disrespectful towards the middle, and then in the end, it finished with respect. So that was a really good, hard-fought battle. Check this match out. It was really good. Now on to the main event. Madison Eagles, the current Shimmer champion, against everyone's favorite girlfriend, Jessie McKay. Now the story between these two is Madison Eagles trained Jessie McKay. They're all from Australia, along with Kellie Skater and a few others. And so when they first came to Shimmer, they were tag teaming. And then after that, they went their separate ways, and Madison Eagles became heel, Jessie McKay became face. And so Madison Eagles beats Mischief for the Shimmer title, and then all of a sudden she goes on this tear just defending the title so far. And you know what? I'm not extremely big on Madison Eagles. I do think she's got a solid look. She's a tall girl, great wrestling ability, but for some reason I'm not completely feeling her just yet. I'm still trying to get warm up to her. But it sucks that she's beating Mischief, who held the title way too long. I thought she should have dropped the title a long time ago to someone else, like maybe Sara Del Ray or even Mercede Martinez, maybe Cheerleader Melissa. But to give the title to Madison Eagles, I don't understand this still. I don't know what was the reasoning for Madison Eagles to become the Shimmer champion of all people. I just don't get it still. But she is decent. I just haven't felt her completely. So this match was basically teacher versus student, and I gotta say, out of all the Shimmer girls, I talked about Melanie Cruz being potential to go to FCW. I think Jessie McKay, out of all the Shimmer girls, has the perfect opportunity to go to WWE right now. I mean, she is a solid wrestler. She's young, she's fit, she's in shape, she looks good. She has the right look and the personality for WWE to be a diva. Now, the only bad side to this is maybe WWE may tell her to get breast implants to look more, more extremely feminine. But seriously, she doesn't need breast implants. She's a good-looking girl and a solid wrestler, a really good wrestler. Perfect WWE material, even TNA material. But I would love to see her in WWE. They would do a lot with her. WWE never had an Australian diva before. This could be the first one right here. Jessie McKay is really good. So this was a back-and-forth match. McKay took a beating here, of course, as usual. Madison Eagles was giving it to her. I like one spot when She gave her the schoolgirl crusher, or whatever it's called, big boot to the face. You know, took Madison Eagles over the top rope. You know, for a minute, you know, I knew Jessie McKay wasn't going to win this match. I just knew it wasn't going to happen. But for a little short time there, you know, she was trying to give the fans hope that she might actually go over here. But, you know, in the end, Madison Eagles, with that devastating finisher, kind of like a go to sleep, but instead she turns her around and, you know, hit the knee in the head. Great devastating move here. She picks up the win and retains the title. Solid match. Really good main event. But overall, I thought Cheerleader Melissa versus Ayumi Kurihara was the match of the night. I will give this DVD probably 4 out of 5 stars. It was really good. You know, those two matches, the last two matches was really good, along with Kong and Kellie Skater. Even though it was kind of a squash, it was just fun to watch. And of course, Mercede Martinez and Misaki Ohata. That was a really good match. So, Shimmer Volume 35. Watch this. Support Shimmer. Great company. Now, tomorrow I will watch Shimmer Volume 36. This should be pretty good as well. I heard some good things about this. So, I'm looking forward to that. Talk to y'all later, and I will come back with my thoughts on R-Truth being heel and the Raw draft. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Happy Easter. Talk to y'all later. Peace.